Hey, yo, what's up, pimps and players? It's your boy, Sonny, and we're back with Sick Ones with the quick ones.
I think it's a quick ones with the sick ones. All right, but today... Okay, so today we're going to be talking about the best part about having siblings or a sibling.
We've all got at least one sibling. Sonny's got one, I've got two, and Araza's three. So we thought we would start with our number one special boy, Sonny.
Yeah. It's me.
Tell us about Penny, man.
My little sister. I don't know. No, just the best part of having a sibling like her is that she's kind of like my own. She's like the other me, you know.
Yeah.
Whenever I want to have a good time or have a good laugh, I always just go visit her, even though sometimes she likes to lock the door to keep us all away. But she always if she ever has any other issues or something with either my mom or my dad, she always comes to me and just talks to me about her problems, and if I have any problems, I talk to her. It's like that tight kind of bond that makes having a sibling awesome.
That's very true, actually. That was very relatable, because my siblings are, at least my sister, she's a lot like me in terms of how she looks, which is unfortunate.
You calling her ugly?
No, I'm calling me ugly, but she looks like me, so therefore, she has a giant fucking nose too.
There's nothing wrong with that.
But anyway, I had to rag on her a little bit. That's what siblings do, man.
Oh yeah, definitely.
Yeah, that's true. Me and my sister, well, she has a hard time opening up about her problems, I think. So it's up to me to kind of be the one who initiates it. If I know something's going on with her, I have to be the one to say, "Hey, man, what's going on today?" Because yeah, she always has something going on. I think we both do. So it's good, to be able to talk to somebody about it, because we can share experiences, and we have similar experiences, so it's a good thing all around.
For me, I'm kind of like a tsundere with my little sister sometimes she asks me to do something, and I'm like, nah, I don't want to do it, but behind her back I actually kind of do it, since I'm such a good brother. I like to I don't like to show my affection towards my little sister.
Yeah.
So I'm
generic guy stuff.
Yeah.
So I'm I don't want her to see this, that I'm actually doing this thing for her.
Yeah.
But I'm yeah, I'll do it because I care. Yeah, I care about her.
Your pride. You don't want her seeing you do it.
Yeah.
You don't want to look like a little bitch.
Generally speaking, me and my sister, we just annoy the shit out of each other. I'll antagonize her so much, and then she just beats me up. Actually beats me up. She'll go over, and with her shoes on, she'll kick me in my kneecaps.
What the heck?
She'll just she'll throw hands at me.
I remember that.
She's so because she gets so because I deserve it. I do. I think I mentioned this in the other podcast.
Yeah, didn't you go into her room, have Alexa play a song she didn't like, and then jump on her bed and start dancing?
Yeah, I mean, I do all kinds of stuff to antagonize her, but it's just for fun. But yeah, Sonny's right though. I mean, if I knew that it wasn't something serious happening in her life, I wouldn't try to show. I think it is kind of a guy thing, yeah. Especially with your siblings, you don't want to come off as affectionate.
No way, there's no way I actually love you.
Yeah.
Yeah. And I'm gonna have to agree, because I mean, you guys are both the first sibling, the
we're
eldest
both the
sibling.
oldest, yeah.
Yeah, so I have 3 siblings, and I'm the third, right? So I'm the middle child, and it's very interesting that you mentioned if your little sister's having issues or whatever, you feel the need to kind of address it or be the one to have her open up a little bit. Because for me, it's this is a good opportunity for me to start appreciating my older brother and older sister a little bit, because I've rarely felt that except with my little brother, right? Because I mean, I am a guy. I don't have a younger female sibling, but my older brother and older sister would always be the one to kind of automatically know when there's something happening with me or my issues, right? And as a younger sibling, you guys probably know this already, as elder siblings, we don't really do a good job of addressing your problems, as in the older siblings' problems, right? Yeah. My little brother, I'm like, man, this guy's such a spoiled brat. But then now I'm like, you know what? I probably seem the same to my elder siblings. So
I think that being an older sibling comes with a set of responsibilities, and that's just part of the deal, man, of being the firstborn.
But that's usually the best part, you know?
Yeah, I mean, that's true. You get to be this kind of, like, guiding figure, but at the same time, you just get to be annoying.
So
Yeah,
you
that's
guys,
true.
I mean, yeah, you hear all the stereotypes. You know, the first sibling gets like the shortest leash from their parents.
Yeah.
But at the same time, it's just like you guys get experience that other people don't get, and the youngest sibling gets to like go out and party and do whatever the fuck they want.
Yeah, that's
they get away with everything.
That's the most accurate thing of all time. Do you have a similar experience, Sonny?
Yeah. My sister usually likes to buy, like, use my dad's, like, credit card to buy stuff.
Oh, shoot.
I never do that.
Oh yeah.
Since I'm the older sibling and I actually have money.
Not only is she the younger sibling, but she's like the girl.
Yeah.
She's like, and then it's like dad's credit card. Like that seems like.
that sounds very stereotypically correct.
Yeah.
Is he like daddy's little girl?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
So
Comes
my
with
dad.
a special set of privileges, I think.
Yeah, like for me, I remember. So I'm the middle child, so I don't have like as extreme, guidance, but then lack of, actually freedom, or the other end, which is like complete freedom, but like lack of a brain. Sorry, I'm shitting on my little brother here. I think I'm allowed to do that. But,
Yeah, that's another good thing.
right.
But the middle child always has their own, their own stereotypes and stuff. I feel like I conform to a bunch of those. But when it comes to stuff like getting away with things, my little brother can say stuff or do stuff that no one else can do or get away with. It's like my parents super conservative. They were like, no boyfriends, no girlfriends, right? No fun. I'm kidding. But it's basically none of that stuff. And I don't know, they were a lot more open to my little brother getting a prom date, right? If I were to, I haven't. Okay, just in case they listen to this. I haven't, but if I were to, I wouldn't tell my parents about it. But my little brother got their approval and everything. I'm like, what the heck? Are we living in the same house? Like, what the heck's going on here?
There's a whole different set of rules, man.
Yeah, it just changes. I mean, also parents mellow out after a while.
Yeah.
Right? But the first time they try and do everything right, it's like, this is my kid. I gotta...
Yeah.
I wanna
After a
raise him
while,
right.
you just let them fend for themselves, man, and they turn out fine.
So...
My sister turned out the best, and she has the longest leash, I think. She's way smarter than me and my brother are. I haven't even talked about my brother yet. Like, we can get to them later. But that's like when I was in high school, it was very rare for me to go hang out with my friends. Just because, like, I couldn't drive yet, especially like 9th to 10th grade. And I didn't feel like mooching off of other people. I just really had no way of getting anywhere. Didn't have people in my neighborhood or something. My sister, total opposite. She goes out all the time, and she always has people over at our house, and like she goes and does things with her friends, man. Like, it's just so different for her than it was for me.
I'm gonna throw another little factor. It might not just be eldest versus youngest, but it could also be first son versus first daughter.
Yeah, that's true.
So like, because for me, that's the same exact scenario with my older brother, who's first, and my older sister, who's second. It's like the same exact thing.
Your brother stayed in,
Except-
but your sister went out.
Yeah.
Ah.
Well, my older brother, even now, his friend group is like one or two people. Okay, he has friends, but like it's the people he'd been in high school, played tennis with, stuff like that, and it's just kind of stayed that way since. He still knows those guys. Whereas for my sister, it was completely different, right? She was like, for lack of better words, in high school she was popular. She would go out, she had fun, do all that crazy stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then it's weird. It's almost as if the first, second, third stereotype only applies to the guys, and my sister was just the girl.
Right. Yeah.
To be fair,
when you have a girl, that's like after having a bunch of boys. Yeah, a bunch of boys.
Yeah. To be fair, my parents did want both a son and a daughter because they wanted both experiences.
Yeah.
And then after they had me, I was third. They had a boy. It's like, all right, for the fourth, they wanted another girl, and they got my little brother. And they were not disappointed. I'm not saying that. I'm just saying they probably put more, effort or more care or attention towards my older sister. Now, obviously, like we said, that also means a shorter leash. So there is that too. It's very interesting. Very interesting. But kind of back to what we said a little at the beginning, what you said, Sonny, is my favorite part about having siblings, or the most important part to me, is the support system. Is the fact, so like you guys mentioned more about supporting others because you guys were the first, but for me, I'm on the receiving end of that.
Yeah, that's true.
I'm more of I can rely on my sister or my older brother in case, anything happens in life, right? Like I got a rainy day, crashed my car, don't want to deal with talking to people just yet. I was like, okay, well, can I crash at your place? And I know for a fact they're going to say yes, and they're going to ask questions, but they're not going to question, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It's like, all right, you fucked up. Get over here.
Yeah.
That's one thing I can trust them to do. And also, being a good human being means I don't call those favors, right?
Right, yeah.
I don't call them those favors, but I just know that I have that with them. I have that safety net.
That's like kind of like my brother, because he's had some similar. He hasn't crashed his car or anything, but he's had, like maybe he's gotten a ticket or something like that. And my dad just like, oh man, he gets pissed.
I can imagine.
He gets so mad, and so like he'll just be like depressed for like a couple of days or something like that. So I feel like obliged to kind of go upstairs to his room and check in on him and tell him like, don't sweat it too much, man, like it's gonna be fine. It's like a little blip on the radar or whatever the phrase is, who knows.
Yeah, same with me. When my mom usually my mom and my little sister get into a fight with each other all the time.
Oh really?
And then I'm always like there or something, so I'm always whenever I just knock on my sister's door, she's like closes herself off whenever something happens like that, and I'm always telling her like, just think of it as like our mom loves us, but it's just like she has to be more strict on her. It's because she's like, my mom is crazy like about any kind of bad news about girls, like getting raped, kidnapped, and all that stuff. She's just really worried about my little sister because something bad could happen to her. And I'm always telling her that, like, you always have to think it from our mom's perspective, because if something happened like that, So I'm always there just telling her to remind her. And, it cheers her up sometimes, or I just crack a joke. Yeah. Yeah,
that's true. I was actually thinking kind of similarly, like when Ross was talking about how his sister was kind of like the popular one, so she was going out with her friends and stuff, and like my sister, she likes to hang out with her friends a lot too. But it's not like a universal thing that the first girl will have the same freedoms and
I mean, there's stereotypes and then there's our cases, but this does not represent everyone.
Yeah. I mean, like Sunny's sister's a good example. I know Breeza and Leilani, they're on a pretty short tight leash as well with their family. They don't stay out past like
2 p.m.
Like
they're not let out until after like 12 p.m.
Yeah,
they get like a 2-hour window to
a little 2 hour.
I'm playing.
Yeah, I would say they probably have to start heading back home around 9 p.m. or so, maybe 10 depending on where they are.
But then at the same time, they're also super like spoiled. So like if they just explain, we're hanging out with friends, their parents are super chill with that.
Yeah. Well, we can always like come over to their house.
Oh yeah,
the
true.
Other thing. So I mean, we definitely have. There's options and there's workarounds, especially if they're hosting at their house.
Yeah. So it's kind of a give and take a little bit, right?
Yeah.
Like they're spoiled, but they also, for the same reasons, it's a shorter leash, right? Shorter leash doesn't always mean a bad thing.
No, and I don't think it is actually. I think it's kind of exactly like what Sonny was saying about his sister and his mom. I mean, I don't think it's a bad thing that they're on a tight leash, and I think that they've turned out to be really like
great human
spectacular
beings.
people.
Yeah.
And I don't know, maybe that's part of it, just the way that they were raised, or maybe the kind of environment that they grew up in. I mean, they really came out like super great people.
Yeah.
So I don't know how much that has to do with having a tight leash. It could just be, great parenting. But
yes, I guess we can't speak for them.
Yeah.
But definitely, I see that.
Yeah.
Having a longer leash isn't always a good thing, right? Because I mean, every kid wants freedom, right? We all hit that rebellious stage at some point in our lives, and it's
if you go off the deep end, it could be super bad.
I feel like I'm just kind of making this up, kind of, but it's a guess. I think the more siblings you have, the more successful your rebellious stage is. Just because you have siblings to back you up.
Yeah, sure.
Right?
I definitely think that's true, actually, yeah.
But that's just kind of a guess. But I feel like
I think that's true.
because
I'm for sure, because like for me, when I was like before my little sister came along, I wasn't really that rebellious, you know. Like my mom would like
immediately either beat your ass or be like,
Yeah.
you live under my roof, don't you?
yeah,
You eat my food.
yeah. She usually like
So shut up.
she lectured like me more than my sister
Mm.
ever, because you know I was the only child, but when she came, she had a lot more freedom with like, you know, especially with my dad.
Mhm.
And then my mom was a little tighter on her, but because she was a girl, but she's not as lectury as when I was just the only child.
Interesting.
I think
Mhm.
that's fair. Yeah.
Like, I don't know, Chris, what about you? Like, before your brother and sister came along, like, how was it for you?
Apparently, when my brother was born, I was super ticked. As a 3-year-old, I remember my mom telling me, like, man, you were so mad.
Just
like,
because you weren't getting all the attention.
yeah, exactly. It was like a jealousy thing. It was like definitely, oh my gosh, like my parents are giving all this attention to their newborn son and not me. I've already been here like for 3 years or something, right? Like I remember one time, I was so mad that the attention wasn't on me that I took this pen and I went across all the walls. No, I went across all the walls in my room with this like black pen, and then my dad had to repaint.
Oh, you were painting along the wall as you ran around.
Yeah, like I was going in a circle along, and I was just like taking my pen and going around like that. And I don't think that was directly like I'm mad at my parents, so I'm gonna do this. It was more like
Just kid frustration. You don't know how to take care of it.
Yeah, exactly. It was more like this pent up like.
I'm angry.
You know,
Are you angry? I don't know. I'm just angry.
Yeah, you don't know how to control your or like what your emotions are going. You know, you're just like a little kid, so you don't know what you're doing really.
3-year-old Chris just
Yeah.
fucking attacking the wall.
Yeah, I was a little bit older than 3 at that point, but
Okay.
he was still like young, and it was before my sister was born too. So it's definitely before I was 6, somewhere between 3 and 6. Yeah,
Right.
but as far as like lectures and stuff go, we used to get it all the time as kids. Like me and my brother, especially. I feel like my sister missed out on that, but my dad used to lecture us even from like a very young age about like money and stuff like that.
Mm.
And that's kind of why I'm like money conscientious and financially kind of savvy in some capacity. But probably not as much as you had, Sonny. I don't think.
Right. Well, I will say, I don't know your guys' whatever, but I got lectured an F ton. My little brother did as well. My older sister, my older brother, we all got lectured a lot. We still do.
I can see that. Yeah.
Yeah, but I mean, it's a Desi household. You know, we're brown. It's part of the culture.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah,
It's very similar with Asians, I'm sure.
Yeah. It's a little toned down for us.
Yeah, whenever we're on like Discord or something, and then we're playing games or.
Oh, and my mom busts into my room.
Yeah.
I get off the Discord. I'm like, and they hear like, "What are you doing?" Homework. I'm 22, guys, and I'm still lying to my parents about playing games at night. Like, yeah. But anyways, so I actually do have a question for you guys, if I can remember the question. Oh yeah. Did you guys get a lecture that was specific only to you, and did it go something along the lines of, you shouldn't do this, you're the eldest, or you're the elder sibling, or you should be a little more responsible?
Yeah.
So basically,
for sure.
because I feel like it's kind of a tactic my parents were using, because like I got this only when it was something me and my little brother did, and I know for a fact my older brother and older sister got this more times than I have, and my little brother has never gotten this. It's kind of like they account for that lecture by saying, well, you're older, you should be more responsible.
Yeah. Dude, anytime your sibling does something, especially when you're younger too, anytime you two are bickering or you're fighting or something like that,
Oh, the elder sibling's always wrong.
it's always the older sibling that's wrong. And I learned that lesson real quick. I decided it was not worth it to fight with my siblings, and we've had a tremendous relationship ever since then.
Dang, that's
Wow.
That's like a 1 in 1,000. Okay, actually, I don't know parenting like that, but damn, I feel like that's actually like a really good outcome.
My brother and I, so my dad, I remember this like very like vividly. One day we were living in a townhouse at the time, and there was like a tiny little porch, like a wooden porch out there, and on the porch we had a tiny little like dinosaur thing,
Mm-hmm.
and it was supposed to. I think it was supposed to hold water in it, but we used to get these like archaeology kits where you just like take the fucking
Chisel?
Yeah, the chisel. Yeah,
Hey.
you hammer the chisel, and you're just breaking all the rocks off of this thing, and then there would be like a dinosaur skeleton or something inside. It was actually like pretty cool.
Hey, that's actually pretty sweet.
But we would fight over the chisel or over something, I don't know, and we were both like very like, you know, little guys. And I remember my dad saying after lecturing us for a good like hour and a half when we were like starting to get along again, he was like, isn't this better? And he did that so many times. He would always say, isn't this better? That we, when we were fighting, started to say it to each other when we noticed that we weren't fighting. So we're like,
Really?
Yeah, we're like, isn't this better? It was kind of like the fucking who's that comic guy? I'll think of it later.
Yo, but like, let me just say right now, I think I know a tip for by parenting.
Yeah, just
Like right there, like I think that's great. It's not just you punish bad behavior, but you also
You gotta
reinforce
reward. Yeah,
good
the
behavior.
good
Like although that makes sense in our heads, it so often slips our mind when we actually see people getting along. It's like okay, so I taught kids for a while, right? I coached kids, you know, and I tutored. When things were going well, I would be like, all right, things are going well, cool.
Mhm.
But you kind of forget the extra step of saying, yo, everyone's doing a good job. Good job.
Yeah.
You got to actually say that, and then they'll be.
Yeah, you
I
gotta
guess
do the.
I guess this is parenting 101. I'd be a trash parent.
Well, it's because we take it for granted the way that we think
That's
and the
fair.
way that we interact with each other and
Oh
other
yeah,
adults.
that's fair.
A kid is on such a lower level of like thought.
They're idiots.
Yeah, they're idiots. Fuck it. That it actually makes a lot of sense to be like, the Patrice O'Neill ain't that better or something like that. Ain't that better? This
Yeah.
is like a lot better.
It's
And so like we just
don't you
kinda-
like having a good meal, or don't you like?
Yeah.
Like, I mean, yeah, one of my friends' parents actually did this thing where the dad would always compliment his wife's cooking in front of the kids.
yeah.
Even though he already may have said it before, but he said it very obviously and very in an exaggerated way to trying to get the kids to appreciate it, you know?
Right, yeah.
And so that's, I mean, I guess...
Kids pick up behaviors that are either observed and probably taught too.
Oh,
I
yeah,
think.
definitely.
I would assume. I'm obviously not a dad, but just going off of like how my parents raised me, man.
Well,
You can talk at your kids all day long and they'll absorb like 10%, right? But if you show them,
yeah, it was a lead by example.
yeah, lead by
Right?
example. There you go.
Yeah,
That's a good.
That's
way
one
to
of the
put it.
arguments I had with my dad.
I was once a father. So I know.
Well, Sonny is still daddy as fuck. So.
Yeah, Sonny is daddy as fuck, but now I need to know, once a father? What? Please expand on that. What?
Yeah.
What happened?
You have to check out our first episode. Yeah, check out when I was.
Oh my god.
Check out when I was a father.
Oh
of the
yeah,
snake.
you're right. You're right. My bad.
Yeah, check it out in the first episode.
Top 5 games with impact.
Mm-hmm.
That was that episode.
I'm
Yeah,
really
that-
sure you like that story.
That one got dark, but it was really good too.
Yeah. Dude, thanks for sharing that, by the way.
That was a good one.
More along Chris's line, where kind of understanding that elder versus younger sibling privilege, right? I have a story too.
Oh really?
So here's the thing:
All the stories.
my older brother and older sister were only like 2 years apart, but they never fought ever. Like even since
Yeah.
childhood, they just never fought. Maybe it's a guy versus a girl thing where they're both treated slightly different, or I don't know. But for some reason, they were all super good. Then there's like a good 3-year gap, and there was me and my little brother, 2 years apart. And we fought all the damn time. And my parents were like, why? What is wrong with these problem children? They're just, always fighting. And it's now we're cool. But, I mean, obviously, it took a lot of time to get cool with it. But I will say this. Because he's the youngest, right? He picks up techniques, and I'm not blaming him for being smart, because he's smart.
Yeah.
He picks up techniques to get others in trouble when he can go scot-free. Right? So in my old house, when I was a lot younger, I feel like my little brother was like maybe 4, 5, 6-ish. So I was probably around 8 or 9. We had a main floor and then a basement, right? And then the basement is where we would do all our stuff. It was carpeted basement, right? So it was like, we'd study there, we'd play there, everything. And the main floor was all the bedrooms, the kitchen, all that good stuff. So my mom was usually on the main floor. And we were downstairs. Now I fuck with my little brother all the time, right? Like I chase him around, scare him. I remember one time we were outside. I'd chase him with a dandelion top.
Yeah.
Telling him it was a bee, and he actually cried and ran.
Oh my gosh.
And I didn't even feel bad until afterwards. My mom was like, "Why the fuck would you do that?" And only afterwards I'm like, "Oh man."
I don't know.
maybe I actually like literally scared him.
Yeah.
All right, so I didn't feel bad during though. I thought I was having fun. Well, anyways,
we have fun at their expense.
Exactly, pretty much. That's sibling life, right?
Yeah.
So we have this term that we call our mom. It's a mummy, right? Like mommy, but for us a mummy, right? That's just how we grew. And my mom. This is my mom's story, by the way. I'm saying this.
You're recounting it.
Yeah, I'm representing my mother here. When she said her favorite story, pretty much, is my little brother would cry. And you're like, "Mommy," over and over. And she thought we were like killing him or beating him up or whatever. So she'd come down and say, "What's going on? What's happening?" And she'd always take my little brother's side, no matter what. Because he was the youngest. And sometimes it was true. We were fighting. And obviously, as an elder sibling, it's completely unfair to fight. Right? There's other ways to handle our differences. Yeah. I don't know them. But yeah. So even if I was right originally, she'd go into a whole lecture like, all you 3 other siblings should be ashamed of yourselves. Like, give him an extra turn at the game or whatever. But he's the youngest. You got to treat him like that. But one time, I don't know why, but she had a motherly sense, right? Because we knew, me, my older sister, my older brother, we always told our mom, he's lying. He just yells that to get what he wants. But she wouldn't believe us. So one time, she hears that cry, "Mommy," over and over. So she knows, she thinks that he's like, oh shit, he's probably dying or something. She leaves the kitchen. The steps leading down to the basement is where my little brother is. Right? There's like, I don't know, 16 to 18 steps. I don't know. He's somewhere in the middle, but he's not looking up. He's looking sideways at the rest of the room. My mom sees him. Nothing's happening to him. And he's still yelling, but he didn't look up yet.
Oh my gosh.
And then she comes down, and then he gets so super surprised. And and he's like, "Oh shit." He didn't say that, "Oh shit," but he's kind of like froze. My mom walks past him to see the rest of the room where we are, and we're all just doing our own thing. And she's like, "What the heck?"
Yeah.
Now, so I'm not hating on my brother for this, but like, damn, that's kind of like, it's kind of highlights, that privilege a little bit.
Yeah, you had to see it to believe it.
It's kind of like when I learned that dolphins, there was this dolphin. I read it on Facebook, so it has to be true, right? Basically, they rewarded dolphins for cleaning up litter or trash with extra food. So this one dolphin had this large piece of paper or debris or something under a rock, and it broke off a small piece and gave it. And it would do that every single day for extra food.
It's genius.
Dang.
Until they found out, of course. Just fucking capitalized on that.
Yeah, that's true. I think one of the best parts of siblings is the entertainment value that you can get out of them.
Okay, 100%.
I wanted to
go for it.
To know man, what do you guys do together, Sonny? Like, what do you and Penny do?
We love to play video games together.
Oh, really? She's a gamer big time?
Yeah. We play a bunch of, I love to buy co-op games so that we can always play together. And that's why I have, when you guys ever come to my, whenever you guys come to my house, I always have a bunch of games where it's just multiplayer.
Oh, true. You said you played, Salt and Sanctuary. You guys played Borderlands together.
Enter the Gungeon. Any kind of co-op game that we can play together, we play together.
Oh, that's nice.
And we always... That's when the sibling rage comes out because I always call her stupid, and then she calls me stupid.
And then you gotta throw hands.
Yeah.
And controllers.
But I like those parts, and also me and my little sister love horror movies.
Oh yeah.
So
you guys love doing scary shit together.
Yeah,
for a ghost episode. These guys are freaking nuts.
We love anything paranormal or supernatural. Me and my sister love to talk about it. So that's what. No, that's the best part because, like I said before, she's basically kind of like an extension of me.
Yeah.
That's terrifying to behold.
Do you think that was nature or nurture?
I guess maybe just nurture because, I was, how being an older sibling is, you have to be kind of like that figure for them.
Yeah.
And I definitely was a figure for my little sister and how wacky she is. Because she definitely did not get that from my mom or dad because... She definitely got it from me. Yeah,
I'm going to corroborate that from the other side. Boy, I have 3 siblings. This is going to be hard. Okay, so older brother. I pretty much feel like I'm in Penny's shoes right now for you, right? Because my older brother was the first to hit up RPG. He was the first real-time strategy games, and basically the whole gaming world, everything technology-based, all that stuff. He was a gateway for that, for me.
Mm-hmm.
He was, the rules were strictest on him, and yet, he would figure out a way to do stuff. For a cell phone, he got a game, he'd let me play on it, right? It's just one of those things that older siblings do. And so a lot of my game experience, a lot of my emulating how he plays or what he plays or his interests, the reason I have that is because of him.
Mm-hmm.
Right? Like, we had one computer at one point, so me and my little brother would watch and have fun. We'd enjoy it. We just watched my older brother play RuneScape until we made our own accounts and started doing that. So that was a big one. It's just that gaming one. And then also that sibling rage. I did not experience that with my older brother because we have a good 5-year difference. Mm-hmm. So I didn't rage at him because he was like a really elder figure to me.
Man,
and
I think Sonny is older, like way older than Penny too.
Yeah.
How much is your gap?
It's almost like 6 years or something.
Yeah, that's like me and my sister. Like my sister fucking, she gets so mad at me. She gets so pissed.
Oh shit! Well,
because it's like funny. It's not like pissed, but it's like, dude, if you don't get out of my face right now, I'm gonna snap your neck.
Okay, well, I completely agree. But like, I don't know. This is not.
Awesome is a different kind of person. Though.
Yeah, my older sister. I had those moments with my older sister, 100%, all the time. There was an entire like I told myself I hated her, but I didn't. But I told her that, like, I hate you so much, all that. But no, my older brother, I don't know, it's just unique. It's me. We just respect him so much. I don't know why.
Yeah, Awesome's a different kind of person. He's not like me and Sonny,
where
we antagonize our siblings.
Yeah, also, he doesn't rage at us either. He's just so understanding. Oh, also, I told you, me and my little brother fight. My older brother was a mediator. My mom and dad would just stop us or like yell at us or lecture. But my older brother was always a mediator.
Yeah.
He's like, he could make me stop being a dumbass by just looking at me and saying, "What are you doing?" And I'm like, "Dude, I'm sorry." But the rage really came in with me and my little brother when we both started playing League of Legends. It's already the most toxic community out there in the world.
Yeah.
Right? I still feel that frustration playing, and I still play the game because I'm an idiot. But when me and my little brother used to play together, we did really well. But we treated each other like shit.
Yeah,
one missed play, one mess up, and we're all beating each other's grill.
That's why me and my brother stopped playing League together too. Actually, it's because it just got like way too.
It's too
heated.
much. Like now, I'm doing so much better. Like when I first met Sunny here and Razme, or first started playing League with them, it was a completely different experience. I was playing solo. I'm gonna get the kill. I'm gonna get the money. I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna win. But these guys are like playing for the team, cooperative, and I'm like, what is up with these nice people?
Yeah.
Yeah. So I had to kind of.
I get like way too aggro when I play with my brother. I'm like, dude, what are you doing? Like.
Yeah. No, it happens.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So we've definitely had. Actually, just a few days ago, my little brother finally got League back, and we played together, and we actually had a little bit of fun because now we're a little more mature. I feel like if we keep playing and we have one bad game, we're gonna start yelling at each other again.
Yeah.
But that's the sibling life. So yeah, I definitely feel what you were talking about.
Yeah, you always have a player two when you ever.
Yeah, exactly. And they are always player 2,
Mm-hmm.
or else it'd be player 3.
Yeah, no. See, that's exactly how it would go.
Yeah.
The first sibling always get player 1 until my little
Always.
brother started playing. The last of the litter was always player 1. We have 4 GameCube controllers. One's like a normal white and 2 are normal black, but one's silver. And my little brother always has to get a silver one. Now I take it because I like it.
Yeah, silver is nice.
Damn. What about you, Chris? Any rage between you and your sister?
Well,
You play any games with your sister?
she's not much of a gamer. I wish that she was, because it would be fun for the 3 of us to play together.
Mm-hmm.
Like couch co-op or something like that. Especially like, me and my brother, one of the games that we play together to this day actually is like Battlefront, like the original Star Wars Battlefront. Not even Battlefront 2, because I don't, it's not my favorite, and I think I covered it like extensively in my, in the Games with Impact podcast. But like my sister and I, we're more likely to watch an anime or like a show together than we are to play a game. Like for example, we started watching Yuri on Ice together, and we finished that one, and that was like a pretty good time. And so like, you know, like for Christmas or for her birthday or something, I got her some Yuri on Ice stuff because that was something, you know, that we did together. And then maybe I just bought it for her for the hell of it, actually. I can't even remember. And I don't know, just like stuff like that. Like we'll probably just like watch a show, or we'll just like hang out with each other. We won't really do anything. It'll just be me like being annoying, like going in her room. She'll come in her room and see me like laying in her bed or something. She'll be like, "What the hell are you doing?" But yeah, I mean, siblings are just really good for entertainment all around. My brother and I play games together. I get to annoy my sister. Yeah, I mean, that's what they're there for.
You brought up a good point with the co-op, because my older sister also doesn't really play games with us.
Yeah.
Yeah, she's not a gamer. She never really got into that. But because there are 3 siblings, we still could play those. Because I mean, there's some games that you just can't play with only 2 people.
Yeah, you need more
3,
sometimes.
like Clue or
Yeah.
Monopoly's so one-sided. If it's one-on-one, it's just one person just gets an advantage, is over. So having 3 is always nice. She's finally getting slightly back into the game. Not you know, technologically, but like when we
like board games
and card games.
My sister too. Yeah.
Yeah, because I mean, if we have a family, because they moved out, so like now if we come back together and everyone's playing card game, I feel like she wants to like, you know, be a part of it.
Right.
So
Yeah.
like, yeah, we're slowly getting her into the game.
That is good. Actually, my sister's a lot more inclined to play board games with me than my brother is, which is kind of surprising to me, because she doesn't play video games. And actually, he doesn't play games as much either. I feel like I'm the only one left that actually, like, hardcore plays video games and board games.
See, I would say that because my little brother is, like, a lot, it's, like, personal development now. So he's, like,
Yeah.
he stopped playing, he stopped doing a lot of stuff. But I have to say, my older brother somehow is managing to do it. He works a 9 to 5. He comes home and he fucking games. He just games.
Yeah.
And he's not even, like, he somehow stays fit. I don't even know what's up with this guy. He bought a VR. He plays Elite Dangerous, which is like this spaceship simulator, and he got like, I mean, you guys came to a place. He has like a hand control. It looks like he splurges. So like, I'm glad he kept that kid part of him inside alive. And it's kind of one of my goals in life.
Yeah, same.
Is like, I'm never gonna let that die. Because like, I could be a 35-year-old man with 17,000 kids, but I'm going to go with my friends and play games. Or do something.
Does his wife play games too, or just him?
Huh?
His wife? Does he
Oh
play
no,
games?
his wife fucking hates the system.
Oh.
She's like, now he bought this shit. Now he bought that shit. And like, so I obviously, so like when me and my older brother are in the house together, and I just walk by him, we just both naturally start talking to each other. Oh shit, did you see the trailer for this? And we just start talking about games.
Yeah.
Right. And for us, it's much different from when I talk to you guys. It's very it's always the strategy games. All the slow-paced ones we play. We both play Civ 5, by the way. He was talking about Civ 6. It's coming out. Wait, is it out?
It's out.
Oh yeah, it's out. Yeah, so we talk about that. But I now have to be a little more cognizant when he's with his wife and he has a baby.
Yeah.
Which sounds obvious, but it's just so natural for us to start talking. Yeah. That I don't want to like immediately, because then my sister-in-law won't be part of the conversation, and so I feel bad. Also, he has a baby to take care of, so he's toned down the gaming. So you know what he did? He downloaded games onto his laptop, takes it to work, gets off the Wi-Fi, and plays remotely. Yeah. Obviously, it only works for offline games, but Civ 5 is offline, and so he just has a field day.
It's genius.
I thought I was crazy when I had 200 hours on some games. My man says over 1,300.
Wow.
1,300 hours on Civ.
That's crazy, man. I don't think I've put that many hours in any game, actually.
I think League might be close.
Yeah.
If
probably League for you guys. Yeah.
If I track that.
I don't know. For me, I don't know. I just kind of bounce from game to game.
I'm where you are now. Just kind of trying things out because of, friend suggestions and all that.
Yeah.
Well, it's definitely been interesting hearing you guys' experiences with just growing up with siblings and hearing about like how the relationships with your siblings have changed over time, and just all the things that you've gone through with them.
I just kind of liked how I was a middle child, so I have a little bit of the elder brother experience, but not that much. But for me, it was much more like I have an elder sibling, and my perspective is so much different from your guys because you guys are like the first in your families. So I think one good takeaway from today is just kind of being cognizant of other people's experiences. Because I know, Sonny, like, you mentioned, a sibling fighting with a parent, right? And then how, you tried addressing that. Chris, you mentioned you and your sibling fighting and how your parents addressed that. And a really good way, reinforcing good behavior and just kind of understanding that you can put yourself in someone else's shoes and do better. Or, when a sibling just lying about getting beaten up.
Yeah. Just gaining all kinds of perspective, man.
Yeah. And that's the best part. See you guys later.